Ms. Kathy Arellano, Mr. Rob Ellis, Ms. Nicole Peters, Ms. Denise Morrison, and Mr. Doug James is joining us virtually, and Mr. Dustin Krieger is in traffic currently and will be here shortly. Thank you for joining us this evening. As provided by the Texas Government Code, the Board of Trustees may go into closed session at any time in accordance with sections 551.071, private consultation with the board's attorney regarding all matters as authorized by law, including board governance, 551.072, discussing purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property, 551.074, discussing employment, evaluation, or discipline of personnel, including board governance and superintendent evaluation and contract, and including central office administration, 551.076 and 551.0761, discussing security personnel and devices, district-wide intruder detection audit report findings, and cybersecurity, 551.082, discussing disciplinary matters or complaints regarding school children and/or school district employees, 551.0821, discussing personally identifiable information about public school students, 551.087, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations. The Board of Trustees hears public comment on agenda and not agenda items at all regular meetings in accordance with Texas Government Code 551.007 and board policy. This is a business meeting for the board to take action on district matters, so please refrain from comments or demonstrations during the meeting. Our board secretary, Nicole Peters, will now provide additional information for any registered speakers.
Thank you, Vice President Qualls. Public comment allows citizens to address the board. Each registered speaker has up to 2 minutes, must speak in the order called, and may not yield time to other speakers. Comments may not include names, positions, or personally identifiable references. Speakers should remain at the podium and not approach the board table. If a trustee cannot hear you, he or she will let you know. Otherwise, please continue speaking, as you are here to address the trustees. The clock in front of me will signal when your time has expired. By signing the public comment form, all registered speakers agree to follow board policy BED. Anyone who fails to adhere to this policy will be stopped by the board's attorney and will not be allowed to continue speaking. Tonight's first registered speaker is Patricia Garris. Patricia, will you please approach the podium?
Good evening. Since I began attending Klein ISD board meetings almost a year ago, I'm convinced that the wonder of Klein kids needs more community communication and celebration. I applaud the board's proactive efforts to be good stewards of both our human and community capital. Klein was one of the first to announce its plans ahead of the recent weather event. I also read the recent Chronicle article highlighting the programs designed to support learning with gardening and farming. And the announcement of the Texas Promise Academy proactively addresses the dramatic demographic shifts and challenging public views about our public schools. One key to the Klein Promise is to develop and build critical thinking skills among our students. The ability to do an objective analysis and evaluation of an issue and form a judgment or critical thinking is the secret sauce of success. Klein is doing that in many ways, teaching consequences and allowing commitment. Sadly, one of the greatest threats to our future is the attack on critical thinking. But I digress. I recently had the board meeting dates and the website published in our community newsletter, hoping for more community participation. I want to periodically provide the newsletter with information about the district's successes and its challenges. I hope there's a regularly produced document that briefly highlights the successes, like Superintendent of the Year and #1 education employer for Texas and the country, as well as the number of students receiving national awards and the statewide recognition of the orchestra athletics, and school-to-job programs. That document could be provided to ambassadors to share with our communities throughout the district. I appreciate that Klein does not surrender the excellent for the perfect. Sadly, too many people and institutions do.
Thank
To
you.
steal from Edward Burke, the only thing necessary for triumph over rumors and lies is for good people to say something.
Thank you so much. Our next registered speakers are Cecilia Edwards and Cassidy Ozabi. You are both here for tonight's agenda item number 12A. Due to the change in the law regarding grievances effective September 1st, 2025, Cecilia and Cassidy, we will call you into the executive session in just a moment so that you can address the board. Vice President Qualls, that concludes tonight's public comments.
Thank you, Secretary Peters. The trustees will now move into closed session under the previously mentioned sections. The time now is 6:06 p.m.
I know. You are unmuted. And Doug, can you hear us? There's Ellen.
May I have your attention, please? The time now is 6:46 PM, and this meeting of the Klein ISD Board of Trustees is reconvened. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I wanted to say on the record, Trustee Krieger joined us in executive session at 6:10 PM. And then also that the registered speakers for agenda item 12A were not present and did not present in executive session. Just wanted to state that for the record. So tonight, Trustee Denise Morrison will lead us in prayer, and Trustee Nicole Peters, or any scouts present, will lead us in the pledges of allegiance to the United States flag and the Texas flag. Please stand.
If you'll bow your heads with me, please. Heavenly Father, we're here to thank you for the opportunity to gather tonight in service to the students, families, and staff of Klein ISD. We ask for wisdom and discernment for our trustees and district leaders as they make decisions that shape the future of our schools. Help us to listen with respect, speak with clarity, and lead with integrity. May every discussion and decision be guided by your will and by the commitment to what is best for our students and our community. I ask that you bless and protect our educators as they serve our children each and every day. And in your name, amen.
I don't think we have any scouts today, so if you will join me in the pledges. Now the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag.
I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Well, thank you all for joining us again tonight. I just want to reiterate that we love seeing packed houses at our meetings, so I just want to thank everybody for being here. We really appreciate it. It's great to see some of our students up front. Welcome. Hope you have a good time tonight. We are here to recognize the achievements of our Klein family and to conduct district business. If you haven't already, please silence any cell phones. We uphold our shared vision that every Klein ISD student enters with a promise and exits with a purpose. Your Board of Trustees works diligently with our superintendent on behalf of every student in our care. We follow Texas law and can only vote on and publicly discuss items listed on the agenda. The agenda and notice of meeting are distributed to each trustee 1 week before our regular monthly meeting. If individual board members have any questions, we visit with our superintendent prior to the meeting. Therefore, on many items recommended for approval, the trustees can quickly determine if they agree. If we move quickly through the agenda, it means we are prepared and ready to take action. Dr. McGowan, we are ready for tonight's first report.
All right, thank you so much, Vice President Qualls, and good evening, everyone. We're so glad that you're here tonight. This evening, we'll begin with a report from our outstanding Chief of Police, Marlon Reynolds, on school safety. This is the 6th in a series of reports to the board on school safety, and I want to, as we bring Chief Reynolds forward, I want to publicly congratulate him for being named the president of the Greater Houston Chiefs Association. That is an organization of not only school district police chiefs, but of other agencies as well, of which he has now been voted the president, so he's officially the Chief of Chiefs, and we're very proud to have him as our Klein ISD Chief of Police. Mr. Reynolds.
Are we on? Thank you. Good evening, Dr. McGowan, Vice President Qualls, members of the board. Which include our dispatch center refresh, active attack, integrated response training initiatives, and our work towards aligning with the Texas Police Chiefs Association's Best Practices Recognition Program. These highlights reflect our department's ongoing commitment to providing the safest possible environments for our students, staff, and campuses. First, I want to thank our community. For their support of the May 22 bond that enabled us to enhance and upgrade many of our security measures in our district. Additionally, I'd like to thank our board for expediting these safety projects as we continue keeping our students, staff, and community safe. As a reminder, we incorporated video doorbells, shatter-resistant film on our front doors, secured our vestibules,
I could hear you just fine.
Capture the audio and I can't see it.
Maybe there, can we use
Yeah.
that? You just gotta hit the button.
Sorry about that, this one's out.
There we go. First, I would like to thank our community for their support of the May 22 bond that enabled us to enhance and upgrade many of our security measures in our district. Additionally, I'd like to thank our board for expediting these safety projects as we continue keeping our students, staff, and community safe. As a reminder, we incorporated video doorbells, shatter-resistant film on our front doors, secured vestibules, additional cameras inside and outside of our facilities, and reminders to keep our doors closed. Speaking of enhancements, we had some renovations to our Klein ISD Dispatch Center, which is the operational nerve of our police department. Every call for service, every emergency, and every officer communications flow through that room. During the remodel, we replaced all 4 primary dispatch workstations. In their place, we installed new public safety answering points. This is what you see in the top-notch dispatch centers. Dispatch-graded furniture, integrated cable management, and ergonomic consoles designed to reduce dispatcher fatigue during extended shifts, and an improved monitor configuration that gives our dispatchers simultaneous visibility into our CAD systems, our cameras, radios, and alarm monitoring systems. Our dispatchers now have faster access to critical systems, and the modernized infrastructure is built to support uninterrupted operations during major incidents. This was truly a cross-functional effort. It would not have been possible without the collaboration of Dr. Jaspers and our emergency management team, our dispatchers, our IT department, our maintenance and facilities partners, and external partners who install handheld systems, moving furniture, and other installation projects. Additionally, I want to highlight the fact that this project was partially funded through a $267,000 federal grant under the U.S. Department of Justice COPS School Violence Prevention Program Grant, commonly known as SVPP. The grant allowed us to complete a $100,000 refresh of our dispatch center for only $25,000. Next, I want to share an update to our Active Attack Integrated Response Training Initiative, which has grown into something far larger than a single department effort and one that Klein ISD is helping lead at a regional level. This evidence-based framework is designed to prepare law enforcement, fire, EMS, and dispatchers for active threats situations. This is not training that occurs in a classroom only. It is hands-on, scenario-driven, and designed to build real decision-making capacity for these first responders under pressure. In the past year, Klein ISD partnered with other school districts and fire departments to lead this training initiative. We delivered 15 two-day classes to approximately 380 first responders, police officers, EMS, and dispatch disciplines. That effort was powered by 12 instructors and totaled more than 5,000 training hours. For the upcoming year, we now have over 10 first responder agencies partnering with us, with 30 instructors coordinating and substantially increasing the number of training opportunities available across the region. We're proud to be at the center of building a first responder community that is trained, coordinated, and ready. Finally, I want to update you on the work towards aligning with the Texas Police Chiefs Association's Best Practices Recognition Program. The TPCA Best Practices Program establishes rigorous professional standards for law enforcement agencies across Texas. It is a voluntary process through which agencies submit to evaluation against a comprehensive set of operational standards. To put this in context, according to TPCA, there are currently 220 agencies in the state that have achieved this accreditation out of approximately 2,200 law enforcement agencies statewide. That means only about 10% of agencies have met this bar. There are only 9 ISD-PDs in that total number. This is not a routine milestone. It represents serious commitment to professional excellence. On February 25th and 26th, our department hosted the TPCA assessors on site for a comprehensive evaluation of our policies, procedures, and operations against the association's 170-plus point rigorous assessment criteria. Our staff worked diligently for 1 year to prepare for this process, and I'm proud of the professionalism they demonstrated. We are optimistically awaiting official notification of our results, and we are confident that the work our team put forward will enable us to join this elite group of Texas law enforcement agencies. The work I've shared tonight, the Dispatch Center refresh, our Air Regional Training Initiatives, and our pursuit of TPCA best practices reflect the kind of police department Klein ISD has built and continues to build. I'm grateful for your continued support of school safety here in Klein ISD, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Chief, for a great update. Thank you for all the information. And I'll just, I'm really excited to see the investment in the dispatch center and the dispatchers, because I think that really is our unsung heroes. That is the heart and, sometimes the brains of a emergency situation. Those are the ones that are the first ones involved. They're the first ones getting the call. They're the ones getting help there. And they're crucial because the information that they're gathering and they're disseminating is crucial to the resolving that threat and resolving it in a very fast manner. So they are our unsung heroes. They deserve everything that you all have given them in these upgrades. So thank you very much for all you've done for our dispatchers.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Chief Reynolds, I definitely want to echo that, and also congrats on your appointment. Very deserved, of course. Wanted to thank you also again for the tour that you showed us. Especially the dispatch center that Trustee Krieger was talking about. I wanted to ask. It's such an amazing thing to see. The instant camera, the real-time cameras, from any school, pulled up on the screen is. If the public wants to, come and tour the facility or see that, is there a mechanism for something like that?
Absolutely. Anytime someone from the community would like to visit KPD, we are open 24/7. I would ask that they go on our website. Our information is up there. You can call our dispatch center directly, and they will connect us and coordinate that effort, or they can email me directly. My information is online as well. So.
Well, thank you again. Any other questions, trustees?
We appreciate it, Chief.
I just want to add,
Thank
this
you.
is the voice from the sky. It's not.
Dr. McGowan.
Just going to say, as a proud Klein ISD mom, I'm really glad to know that there's a proud Klein ISD dad who's also our chief of police and working hard to keep our kids safe every day. Can we give Chief Reynolds and KPD another round of applause for their heroic efforts on behalf of our students and staff? It's now time for one of our favorite traditions at our Klein ISD board meetings, and that is the recognition of exceptional students and educators in our Klein family. We're going to begin this evening with recognizing exceptional students and an outstanding educator from French Elementary. And to do that, I'd like you to please join me in welcoming our outstanding principal of French Elementary, Lisa Campbell.
Thank you, Dr. McGowan, and good evening, Vice President Qualls, members of the board, and our Klein family. My name is Lisa Campbell, and I have the privilege of serving as principal at French Elementary. At French, we are committed to creating and nurturing an engaging learning environment where every student feels valued, supported, and inspired to grow. Our school community is dedicated to fostering academic excellence, strong character, and meaningful relationships that help our students thrive. This evening, I am honored to introduce two outstanding fifth grade students and one exceptional educator whom I have selected to represent French Elementary this evening. It is my pleasure to recognize Madison Williams, Nathan Hume, and Crystal Moncrief, our inspiring fourth grade teacher. Madison, Nathan, and Miss Moncrief, please join me at the podium so we can celebrate you together. Klein family, please turn your attention to the screens to enjoy a video highlighting these remarkable members of the French Elementary community.
Hi,
Hi, I am Lisa Campbell, principal at French Elementary, and I have the honor today to talk about Miss Crystal Moncrief, a 4th grade teacher here at French. The first time I walked into Miss Moncrief's classroom, students were wearing party hats and having a fraction party, complete with confetti and balloons. But what stood out to me the most was how excited the students were to explain what they were learning. That excitement happens because she makes learning unforgettable for her students. Miss Moncrief blends data-driven instruction with creativity in a way that drives results and builds joy for her class. Her impact goes far beyond the classroom. She understands that building community matters just as much as building content knowledge. She makes learning fun, she brings joy to our campus, and she helps create this evening. Your enthusiasm, integrity, and remarkable contributions enrich the French elementary community in meaningful ways. Joining us tonight to celebrate Miss Madison are her parents, Juan and Haley. Would you please stand to be recognized? Here to support Nathan are his parents, Ruth and Ryan Hume. And we are happy to recognize and welcome friends and family of Miss Crystal Moncrief. If you are here to honor her this evening, would you please stand to be recognized as well? Thank you for giving me the opportunity tonight to celebrate these exceptional individuals who help make French Elementary a campus where students and staff flourish and feel truly supported.
Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like it's working this evening, but I know that Trustee Krieger is ready to present the certificates for these outstanding members of our family. We do apologize again. We'll make sure to post all of these on social media so everyone can enjoy the heartwarming things that these folks had to say about these outstanding members of our Klein family. So, Trustee Krieger.
Yeah, come on over. Let's come on over here. All right, so if we didn't have audio, I am bringing my cheat sheet. You know, and I think some great things that are called out here is that with Madison, right, she is committed to her studies. And one thing it says is that she studies every night. Mom and Dad, I'm gonna need some guidance on that. I have not been able to do that very well at my own house, so congratulations to you. And she's also, this hit my heart in a very special way, very involved with special needs and helping those students with special needs. So that touches my heart. Thank you so much for that. And she's been to 13 countries. And now, so I do have a question though, because you do tumbling, right?
Yes, sir.
And you also do crocheting.
Yes.
Have you ever done it at the same time? No? Okay, all right. Well, still very, very cool. So very congratulations to you. Now, Mr. Hume, so Nathan, you have done all kinds of cool things, very involved in your school, percussion, recorder club, 4th grade leadership academy. Good job. And the coding club. Yeah, the engineer back there says nice. And then very busy on other areas of his life too, is involved in baseball, taekwondo, involved in his church and all kinds of things, and still focused on studies and being a great student. So thank you to you as well. And Miss Moncrief, thank you for your commitment to not only students, but also mentoring and being involved with the other educators on your campus and making French Elementary one of the best campuses at Klein ISD. So thank you so much. Miss Madison, congratulations.
Thank you.
And then y'all go ahead and open them.
We're gonna wanna see that really cool stuff. And Ms. Moncrief, congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, Shelley.
Maybe.
There we go, yeah, they're gonna put you right there.
Thank you.
On the left side.
I think everyone just take one little step to your left. Perfect. Come just a little to your left for me. Perfect. All right, y'all, everybody right here. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations.
Hi, I am Lisa Campbell,
Thank you again to Principal Campbell and for all these wonderful recognitions. French Elementary is a bright spot in Klein ISD, and we're excited that we got the opportunity to celebrate you all tonight. Next up, we're very proud to have from Hophius Intermediate, our Principal Jason Anderson, who is here to recognize his outstanding students and distinguished educator. Let's welcome him.
Thank you, Dr. McGowan, and good evening, Vice President Qualls, members of the board, and our Klein family. At Hophius Intermediate, we are committed to empowering students to lead with honesty, ambition, willingness, and kindness, the core values of what it means to be a Hophius Hawk. Our campus fosters a culture where students grow academically, socially, and emotionally through high expectations, strong relationships, and a supportive learning environment. Tonight, I'm honored to introduce 2 outstanding 8th graders and 1 exceptional educator whom I have personally selected to represent the heart of Hophius Intermediate. It is my pleasure to recognize Carson Bellasini, Allison Ali Pena, and Miss Hannah Hollick, our dedicated in-class support and cognitive communication impairment teacher. Carson, Ali, and Miss Hollick, please join me at the podium so we can celebrate you together. Carson, Ali, and Ms. Hollick, it is a privilege to honor each of you this evening. Your leadership, positivity, and meaningful contributions enrich the Hophius community in powerful ways. Joining us tonight to celebrate Carson are his mother, Paige Bellasini, and his sister, Olivia Bellasini. Would you please stand to be recognized? Here to support Ali are her mother, Auralia Pena, and her brother, Nicholas Pena. Please stand so we may acknowledge you. We are also happy to welcome the family and friends of Miss Hannah Hollick, who are here this evening in her honor. Please stand to be recognized as well. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to spotlight these exceptional individuals who make Help Hophius Intermediate a campus where students and staff thrive and feel truly supported. Board Secretary Nicole Peters will now award each honoree their certificate of recognition, and Dr. McGowan will also join us for a group photo with our remarkable students and educator to honor this special moment.
You could join me up front here. Start with you, Ali. It talked about your positivity and your contagious enthusiasm. That's what we need to keep the school going. It talked about your morning announcements with a great message for everyone. That's a good way to start everyone's day. So obviously you're a great leader, positive leader.
Thank you.
And Carson, it talked about your enthusiasm on the field, off the field, your good attitude, no matter what's going on, and that you lead others to follow you with that. So again, a great leader and great things. So thank you so much for being an example to all the other students on the field and off the field. And Ms. Hollick, thank you so much for the positive influence that you have on our students, not only these students, but all the students you touch. It's a very special thing. Being a teacher is the greatest job in the world, and you are the heart of the community, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, can everyone take one small step forward for me? Thank you. We look here, 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, guys.
Hi, I'm Jason Anderson.
Congratulations, all of our students and staff. Thank you very much. We're sorry again about the awesome videos that I know were taken, but yeah, like Dr. McGowan said, we'll get those posted so that so y'all can all enjoy those. Dr. McGowan.
And I want to say thank you to Trustee Krieger and to Secretary Peters for the time and energy you put into before this meeting being prepared to recognize these outstanding individuals, because you were especially important this evening because we didn't have our videos to help tell the story of why these people were selected to be recognized by the board. But again, congratulations to all our students, educators, and families. Next, Vice President Qualls, our recognition is for excellence in the arts. So our Director of Fine Arts, Frank Shooter, is here to recognize our state and nationally recognized award-winning musicians.
All right. Well, good evening, Vice President Qualls, members of the board, Dr. McGowan, and Klein family. This evening, it is my honor to recognize an extraordinary group of student musicians whose recent accomplishments have brought tremendous pride to our district. The Klein Cain High School Chamber Orchestra was honored to earn first place in the Texas Honor Orchestra competition. This orchestra recently delivered an outstanding performance at the Texas Music Educators Association TMEA convention in San Antonio. This remarkable achievement reflects the exceptional talent, steadfast commitment, and musical excellence of our students. We also applaud the masterful leadership of Ms. Sundas Mohi and Mr. Hanson Young, whose dedication, artistry, and guidance have elevated the chamber orchestra to this distinguished level. The TMEA Honor Orchestra Contest is one of the most competitive music events in the state. Ensembles undergo rigorous blind auditions and are evaluated by esteemed music professionals from across Texas. Earning first place signifies that the Klein Cain Chamber Orchestra is the most accomplished high school orchestra in the state of Texas. And if that was not enough, in addition to this fantastic accomplishment, recently on February 27th, the Klein Cain Chamber Orchestra traveled to San Francisco and performed at the American String Teachers Association National Orchestra Festival and earned second place in the nation. At this time, Principal Marty, please join me up front to celebrate these outstanding musicians. Students, as I call your name, please come forward, get nice and close, so we may honor you and remain at the front for a group photo once all names have been recognized. Theodore Bartlett. Yeah, they all deserve their own applause. Yeah. We got nothing better to do this evening than recognize them, right? Kaylee Bell. Brendan Braband. Jacqueline Bruce. Sydney Burdeos. Aaron Chang. Alexandru Nsiu. Eben George. Chris Howe. Luke Hyman. Jacob Himmerly. Max Shea. Addison Jefferson. Sarvajit Janalagada. Tobin Jordan. Ayana Kareem. Kevin King. Michaela Kosarik. Josh Kyung. Chibao Wen. Samuel Peltier. Tina Wren. Isaac Ritchie. Daniel Tang. Noah Toe. Daniela Toro. Davin Tran. Shadi Vasquez Karache. And Jonathan Zhao. Ms. Sundas Mohi and Mr. Hanson Young. If we have any family members here celebrating their students, please stand so we can give you some recognition, please. Thank you for your support. Klein family, once more, please join me in congratulating the Klein-Cain Chamber Orchestra and their directors for this wonderful accomplishment. Your dedication, passion, and pursuit of excellence continue to inspire our community. Again, a round of applause, please. All right, students, hang tight for a quick picture with Dr. McGowan and Vice President Qualls.
Shoulders in front of you, and can y'all just scoot up for me so we can create more space back there to squeeze more people in? Because y'all are a big group. Congratulations, you guys. Yes, biggest and the best. Okay. Yes, right there. And then just a bit. Thank you, sir. Everybody in that back row, please try to lift your head and smile the best you can, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Get in there, Wesley.
Congratulations, everyone.
Great job. Super proud of you all. Congratulations. Awesome job. Congratulations, guys.
Just wanted to say congratulations again. This past week, we were treated with one of their performances recently. I think it was the one from California, correct? At our Klein Leadership Coalition luncheon with hundreds of people there, and it really is a shame that I think our audio is not working, because I think we might have played that tonight as well. So you'll just have to imagine how awesome that sounded. It was just incredible. But congratulations again, everyone. Great job, Dr. McGowan.
Yes, congratulations, and to all of the wonderfully supportive families that are here tonight, and for all the many hours you've investing in your children. Thank you for giving us the gift of your kids and the talent that they bring into the world, listening to them play. transports you to another place. That's how gifted these young people are. So we're very thankful for the opportunity to celebrate your success as the best orchestra in the state and to be number 2 in the nation. We're very proud that you're part of our Klein family today and every day. It's now our time to recognize outstanding counselors in our Klein ISD family. And so I'd like to invite our Officer of Secondary Counseling, Amy Thompson, who will be recognizing some outstanding counselors in our Klein ISD family. Ms. Thompson.
Vice President Qualls, members of the board, and our Klein family. This evening, we are proud to highlight a team whose work strengthens the lives of students and families across our district. At Hildebrandt Intermediate, the counseling department is deeply committed to supporting the whole student, academically, socially, and emotionally. Their work reflects the heart of Klein ISD's Promise to Purpose vision and demonstrates the powerful impact of a comprehensive, student-centered counseling program. The Crest Award is a statewide honor that celebrates exemplary school counseling programs, and this recognition is a testament to their professionalism, compassion, and the countless hours they devote to ensuring students thrive both in and out of the classroom. At this time, I would like to invite our Hildebrandt Intermediate Principal, Kimmy Williams, to the front. Counselors, as I call your names, please come forward and be recognized. Yeah, you can go to the middle. John Hawthorne. Demita Hayes. And Jacqueline Moreno. To the Hildebrandt Counseling Team, it is a privilege to honor you this evening. Your leadership and commitment to student success make a profound difference every day. You embody the very best of Klein ISD, and we are grateful for the heart and expertise you bring to your campus and community. I would now like to invite Dr. McGowan, along with our board president, Vice President Qualls, to join us at the front for a group photo with the Hildebrandt Counseling Team to commemorate this special event.
Congratulations to you. I think the best thing is your daddy.
Thank you. Oh, pleasure. Thanks. Congratulations.
To you. That was like the best. I was like, Daddy. Let's go. That's right.
Okay, you want to be everybody look here. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations.
Congratulations again, everybody from Hildebrandt. Great job. Fantastic. Just awesome having, our students in y'all's care. Y'all make a difference every day. Thank you very much. Dr. McGowan.
Thank you, Vice President Qualls, and congratulations to Hildebrandt. And what a great reminder that our educators are very important people in lots of people's lives, including their own families, and they sacrifice a lot of time with their own families to take care of other people's families. So for all the educators in the room, can we give them a big round of applause this evening and thank them for what they do for our kids? Now I'd like to invite our Chief of Staff, Christina Cole, forward to recognize members of our award-winning Klein ISD Communications team. Ms. Cole.
Good evening, Vice President Qualls, members of the board, Dr. McGowan, and our Klein ISD family. I'm thrilled to share this recognition with you, not just because the communication team is one of the teams that falls under my department, because I have the opportunity to see their outstanding work each and every day. And throughout the year, the communication team spends time spotlighting our staff and our students. So it's a pleasure to share the spotlight on them for a change. This February, our communication team participated in the prestigious STAR ceremony provided by the Texas School Public Relations Association on an annual celebration that recognizes excellence in school communications. Of course, it's no surprise to me that their exceptional work was recognized by earning more awards than in the previous year. This year, the Klein ISD communications teams earned 4 Best in State medals, an impressive 39 awards, including 25 gold stars, 12 silver stars, 2 bronze, which is 18 more than the year before. The team was honored for its excellent and strategic communication, social media, and video production, which highlighted the excellent work achieved in our school district by our students and our staff. This year's achievements reflect the remarkable dedication and talent this team brings to our district, from crafting compelling stories to managing our urgent communications. Every project showcases their commitment to our district. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce members of this remarkable team. Would you please come forward as I call your name, and please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Starting with Terencia Lee, Ms. Jernigan, Jasmine Nguyen, Chelsea Ceballos, Nicole Mitchell, Justin Elbert, and then not with us tonight are Jessica Williams, Lizzie Reyna, and Chelsea Ceballos. All right, please join me in recognizing these outstanding. Dedication and commitment, creativity continue to amplify the story of Klein ISD. Their work informs, uplifts, and straightens the bond between our schools and our community. We're grateful for this talented group and the excellence they bring to their work each and every day. At this time, I'd like to invite Vice President Qualls, Dr. McGowan, to join our award-winning group for a photo in recognition of their outstanding work.
Can y'all move up and slide to the left and?
All the things. No, but really, scooch up, because that's what you're telling us to do. Congratulations, y'all.
So great.
Do you think you got it, Principal Campbell? I think you did it.
It's blurry, okay.
Is that good? Is that good if it's blurry? I don't think so.
Got it.
Congratulations again. I just wanted to say, you can always bank on this team being at any and all events. I mean, it really is mind-boggling. I was at the state swimming championship last year in Austin on a Saturday, and I see one of our swimmers win the state championship in the 50 free, and the first person I see just happened to be Mr. Elbert taking a photo literally as our swimmer was touching the wall to win the state championship. He was right there in his lane, and it was just incredible. I didn't even know he was there, but he was right there. So this team is everywhere. They're amazing, just spreading the good story about Klein ISD, and we appreciate y'all. Thank you very much.
And if I could just add a word as well, I just hope that you all know behind every beautiful picture of one of our students, an extraordinary teacher in the classroom or the talented orchestra students, I mean, all of these incredible people in our Klein family, the people you just saw and just a few others, they are the ones who are capturing all of those images and all of those moments that those of us as parents treasure forever and ever and ever. So we are truly extraordinary, truly blessed to have such extraordinary people, and they're all under the leadership of our executive director, Justin Elbert, who's in the back stressing about why the video didn't work, and it worked before we started and all the things. So I just wanted to say my heartfelt appreciation to the communications team in Klein ISD. They're truly second to none.
Yes, thank you all again. Have we had any scouts? No. Okay, so with that, we will now take an intermission to allow the board the opportunity to meet our honorees and community members. The time now is 7:31 p.m. and we will reconvene in 10 minutes.
Yeah, about 5 minutes. Yep, there it is.
5 minutes.
Perfect. All righty. And make sure you can see.
Doug, can you see me?
Doug's at the, he's in.
Oh, good, they fixed it. All right, there you go, Christine. Thanks for being prepared with
You
that.
can see us, Doug?
Yes, I sure can.
I can hear him. Hold on.
Volume low. As long as he can see us from there.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
What?
All right.
We can hear you even if Dustin can't, so that's all right.
May I have your attention, please? The time is 7:45 p.m. And we are ready to reconvene this meeting of the Klein ISD Board of Trustees. We will begin with item 9, which has 3 sub-items regarding the 2022 bond program. We will begin with item 9A, the consideration and request for approval of the final guaranteed maximum price for the Epps Island Elementary renovation project. May I have a motion?
I so move.
Second.
Any discussion?
Consideration and request for approval of the final guaranteed maximum.
Any opposed?
All those in favor?
Seeing none, the motion.
Seeing none, the motion will vote.
Mr. James, can you confirm that you're voting yes or no? Are you voting yes?
Are you voting yes?
Got it. Thank you. The motion
Yes.
passes by a vote of 7-0. Next is item 9B, the consideration and request for approval of the contract for the 2026 flooring replacement project at Middlestead Elementary School.
So moved. And a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none.
All those in favor?
Any opposed? None. The motion passes by a vote of 7-0. Moving on to item 9C, consideration and request for approval of an order authorizing the issuance of Klein Independent School District limited tax refunding bonds, which may be issued in one or more series, levying a tax and providing for the security and payment thereof, providing for the award of the sale thereof in accordance with specified parameters, providing for the refunding of certain outstanding bonds of the district, and enacting other provisions relating thereto.
May I have a motion?
I so move.
Any discussion? None. All those in favor? Seeing all the hands. Any opposed? None. The motion passes by a vote of 7-0. Next is item 10, consideration and request for approval of mutual aid agreements with other public entities. May I have a motion?
I move that the board approve the MOU with DPS as specified in House Bill 3, and further move that the board delegate to the superintendent or designee authority to review, negotiate, and approve future mutual aid agreements with other public entities.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? None. The motion passes by a vote of 7-0. Next is item 11, consideration and request for approval to name the Chief of Operations. May I have a motion?
I so move.
A second? Any discussion?
Big shoes to fill, but we know you'll do great.
All those in favor? I see none opposed. The motion passes by a vote of 7-0. Next is item 12, which has 2 sub-items. First is item 12A, the consideration and request for approval of the hearing officer recommendation regarding the Level 3 DGBA complaint.
Yeah. Vice President
May I have a
Walz.
motion?
Yeah, after consideration of the record, I move that the board adopt the hearing officer's recommendation in the matter of the complaint of Ms. Majacek.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? None. The motion passes by a vote of 7-0. Next is item 12B, the consideration and request for approval of the hearing officer recommendation regarding a student matter, JW Klein Oak High School.
I move that the board adopt the hearing officer's recommendation in the student matter regarding JW at Klein Oak High School.
May I have a second? Ms. Morrison. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? I see none opposed. Motion passes by a vote of 7-0. Now for the consent agenda. Are there any items that you wish to remove from the consent agenda?
None.
None.
Mr. James, any?
None.
No, and none for myself. All those in favor of the consent agenda as presented? There it is. See none opposed. The consent agenda passes by consensus. Moving on to calendar review. Spring break is next week for Klein ISD students and staff. All have
yay.
a great week off and do something fun and enjoyable. Our next regular meeting of the board will be on Monday, April 13th of 2026. And we'll move right into trustee comments. We're going to begin tonight on the left side. Ms. Morrison.
I'd like to say real quickly that all of the things that were presented today talk about just how Klein operates, and it's impressive. It's very impressive. I have been very busy, and I've missed a couple of things, but it's nice to see it all going up like it is.
Thank you. Ms. Peters.
So over the past 2 weeks, we've done the top 10 ceremonies at each school. That's been amazing. You want to see some impressive kids, that's where you need to go. And many of them are in all the other things like the orchestra. The teachers, the instructors, everyone here, you guys, you're doing it right, and I love you for it. Great celebrations, obviously, and they just continue. So thank you all truly so much, and everybody else in here that makes it all happen behind the scenes. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Peters. Mr. Ellis.
Great evening. I think that props to our communications team. I think you're wonderful. That picture looked like you were Michael Phelps with all those awards and medals. And that's how we consider you. I think you're doing great. And just the point that Dustin, you said about them being everywhere. On Saturday, I was there for a Name That Book competition, and there they were taking pictures. I'm like, wow, you really are everywhere. I want to thank August Wunderlich. I know we'll have more time to do that, but you've been a pillar in this community for so long, and we recognize and appreciate everything that you've done. And you leave the district better than you found it many years ago. And look forward to, Doug, your leadership as well. So that's wonderful. And finally, I do want to just echo to Chief and your team. Again, as a father with 5 kids in the district, you are not only doing a great job, but you're leading out proactively and preparing proactively in a way that can help us as parents and community members to feel safe. So thank you for what you're doing.
Ms. Arellano.
I will say that looking at the young kids today, and you see the excitement in their faces, and there were a few of them tonight that I knew not only their parents, but I knew their grandparents too. And that's what Klein is all about. It's bringing our kids back, and then they raise their kids. And it's just so exciting. And I will say that amazing with the orchestra, and though we only see certain parts, they're going all year long. And I think that's just so impressive that these kids continue and don't even blink an eye. And you know, we see the band, we see them during football, but you don't realize that they continue on and on. And same thing with dance and theater. And so it's just amazing all that is done. And Officer Reynolds, Chief Reynolds, I will say that I remember when you first came to this district, and you are one amazing, amazing gentleman.
Thanks, Ms. Arellano. Mr. Krieger.
All right, so everybody get comfortable because mine's going to be a little bit long.
He's been writing on.
I have. I've been writing all night long. So, I just wanted to, I wanted to recognize some students. And that's what's great about our meetings, because we recognize a lot of students. We recognize greatness across this district. And tonight I want to recognize greatness that's not necessarily well known. And this greatness that I'm going to recognize are students that took it upon themselves to do an amazing thing. These aren't students that were a part of the school program where, these educators and administrators developed this and they basically followed along. These students took self-initiative. They got involved. They not only got involved, but they excelled. There's an organization called Blood Cancer United Student Visionary Program. And in 2022, we had a young man who created something called Cane for the Cure. This young man is well known by this board. This young man was Carter Qualls, who is Mr. Qualls' son. So this program has developed in the last few years to be a program where they raised $150,000 last year, and they've raised $150,000 this year. This is just kids. This is kids going out and asking for money for an amazing cause. Now, we hear things about kids going out and doing this and doing that. Well, look what these kids are going out and doing. And it's so worthwhile and so passionate to me that I'm going to take up everybody's time to make sure we recognize as many as, and I was going around asking people tonight, hey, who's this, who's that? Because I was digging through Facebook to find old pictures and everything else. So in the one of the first groups, we had Grayson Dunbar, of course, Carter Qualls, Travis Gillian, Jude Fontenot, and Triple Blanc. Just absolutely amazing kids, not just because of this, because these are just great kids. And then last year we had Dom Rivera and Kate Qualls. Now this year, Emily and Luke Spears, Colin Drain, Avery Nazak, Sophia Rivera, Parker Seeley, John Fontenot, Sage DeSaltis, Sophia Califf, Dylan Doss, Avery Nazak, so great I had to say her name twice, and then Brayley Simons. And just to kind of put this into perspective, Emily Spears raised $37,000. Colin Drain, $18,000. These are amazing kids that are literally saving lives. That are they're taking their spare time. And we know that juniors and seniors in high school don't have a lot of spare time, but they are committing it to raise money for this awful disease and to help save lives. It's just absolutely amazing. I'm just moved. And Mr. Qualls, thank you for raising two great kids that have got involved and seriously made a huge difference. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Krieger. I will pass this along to my son. It was a really neat thing he was involved with, and we are ecstatic to see it, kind of become a legacy, team now with Klein Cain High School, and ideally, move to even some of the other high schools here in Klein. But it's really neat seeing what these kids are able to do. So really appreciate that, Mr. James.
Wow, and you expect me to follow that, huh? Again, a wonderful meeting. Number one in employment from Forbes, award-winning communications teams, award-winning orchestra, honor orchestra. Award-winning sports and swimming and state meets, and the list continues to go on and on. With what our kids continue to do, not only on that front, but also with the kind of support that they get through the administration. Again, I want to tip my hat to August Wunderlich as well for his service. Doug for him stepping in. We look forward to what he's going to do moving forward. In addition to that, Chief, you continue to make Klein ISD proud with staying ahead of the curve on what's required in safety and security for our kids. It's just continues to be amazing. And then, of course, the amazing leadership of our own superintendent, Jenny McGowan. She continues to be able to get her arms around what's important and continue to move Klein ISD in the right direction. So again, I just want to be transparent in saying that I just thank this board for what it continues to do, and then how the cabinet continues to do what it continues to do, and then how our students and kids, I mean, they excel. They continue to excel. So last but not least, I wanted to publicly put on the record that I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to Dustin Qualls. Not only are your kids amazing, but you are as well. I appreciate you stepping in running the meetings and presiding over things and showing up places that the president would normally show up. But again, I just want to make sure we put on record that I want to thank you for what you continue to do, and you've done it really, really well. And that extends, of course, to the rest of the board. So again, I thank you. Great meeting, and we look forward to seeing you in person real soon.
Mr. James, thank you so much. It's honestly, there's no one, there's not a better mentor, for doing this. And so I'm just glad to see you. You look great. We're looking forward to seeing you maybe next month. We're hopeful. So thank you. I guess to wrap this up, I could repeat what everybody's been saying all night, but again, thank you all. I told a story at the Klein Leadership Coalition lunch that I just wanted to repeat again very quickly. But Trustee Peters and I had the opportunity to be an appraiser or to be appraisers for the research symposium that was recently put on by Ms. Kathleen Plott and her advanced academics group. This was Monday and Tuesday of last week. And so we had 2,300 students over the course of those 2 days presenting their projects. And this is something that we've both, enjoyed doing for many, many years, appraising these projects. I suggest anybody in this room to do this, next year if you can. It really makes these students almost a year to listen to them present their projects. Well, I had one of this just random assigned students in my packet. In fact, I picked just a random packet, and I ended up having some students from Klein Intermediate School to appraise. And one of the young students, she was extremely nervous to present. I don't think she had presented to probably anybody all year, maybe outside of her teacher in her own classroom. And so, it was very hard for her to get going in her presentation. I was trying to coach and trying to help and ease some of her nervousness as much as I could. But then out of the blue, one of her teachers showed up right over my left shoulder and just kind of tapped me very quick and asked if it would be okay if she just held her hand during the whole presentation. And of course I said absolutely. And so I've since known, I think she goes by Miss T is how she's known. But she stood with her back to us, but had her hand held for that entire presentation. And that's all the student needed to get going. I mean, it basically completely invigorated her, gave the presentation. She was very nervous throughout, but crushed it. It was amazing. And then once we were done with the presentation officially, that's when we got to have, like a candid conversation about, questions about, how she did her her project, her research. She was so proud that she came up with her topic on her own. It wasn't, one of the ones on the like the pre-filled list to choose from. So, but it was really neat. And I happened to tell Dr. McGowan about that story. And then, we got to telling it at the luncheon, like I said. And then we found out that there was a picture of the moment of her actually holding her hand that we found. So it's just amazing. I mean, I say all that to say it's just a microcosm of what our teachers are doing every single day in Klein. No questions asked. They're right there, to comfort our students, to guide them, to hold their hand through a very stressful presentation. And she just nailed it. It was just unbelievable, and it made our week last week. I think Ms. Peters happened to see that moment occurring while it was happening as well. So just amazing. So just wanted to leave y'all with that. Thank y'all for being here tonight. And thank you, Dr. McGowan, for, again, just like Doug said, everything you're doing. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, if I can, I'll just pick up where you left off. So after DQ told me this story about the student, and we celebrated it at Klein Leadership Coalition, on Saturday we had our job fair, and we had a record number of folks. The HR team did a phenomenal job alongside all of our wonderful principals and assistant soups. And I was walking around saying hello to people and thanking them for being there on a Saturday morning to make sure we had great people to serve our kids for next school year. And I walked up to the Klein Intermediate table and I said, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And, "Oh my gosh, it was so cool. Did you hear that Klein Intermediate was celebrated at the Klein Leadership Coalition?" And Mr. Woolley put out a really cool post about it. It was about this teacher that was holding this kid's hand to give her the confidence to do her presentation. And the individual I was talking to looked at me and said, "I'm the teacher." And I said, "Oh, great," because I had made a note that I was going to write you a note, and now I can just tell you to your face. And I gave her a big hug, and I said, "Thank you for what you did to step in and give this young person such confidence and courage and be the person that she literally had in her corner holding her hand to get her on the other side of that presentation." And it was just a reminder to me of how much I love our people. And I think that's really been the theme tonight. There are such extraordinary people who are showing up every day. And working in education, a word that you hear a lot is it's overwhelming. And I think that's true. There's a lot on everyone's plates, challenges to be solved and needs to be met. But what is most overwhelming in Klein is the love that we have for one another and the love that our staff has for our kids. And that, to me, is what continues to give me hope for the future. I also want to echo congratulations to Doug Massey. He has been serving in our Klein family for 30 years. And we are so blessed that he is going to be joining our cabinet effective July 1. And of course, August Wunderlich could not have done a better job preparing everyone and everything to be ready for when he goes off into the merry land of retirement. And we're going to miss him terribly, and we have lots of celebration ahead. But our operations team is a bright spot in the school district, and we are blessed to have the absolute best leadership now and in the future to keep the good things going. So, Doug, we can't wait to see you in person. You have had a long road, my friend, and we are very proud of you for all the ways that you've continued to show up in the midst of recovering from multiple surgeries and a lot of rehabilitation, trying to get healthy and well again. You have continued to show up in every way you possibly can for this school district, and that's just another example of the love and the care that all of this board has for our people and our place. So I just say thanks to everyone in the room and to the people sitting at the table who continue to make me proud to live and serve here.
It says it all. Thanks, everybody. If there are no objections, it is now 8:07 p.m., and this meeting is adjourned.